On Thursday, January 21st, 14 UNH students, including myself, went to the Durham Public Library to be part of a filming of a Hulu and Funny or Die segment called Triumph Selection Special 2016. This video that I'm about to show you is by no means trying to bash Funny or Die or Hulu, and it is simply to bring light the way the participants of this video felt and bringing up the main question of, was this ethical?
Hi, my name is Emerson Doiron. I'm a junior here at University of New Hampshire as a political science and women's studies major.
So my name is Ryan Walsh. I'm a senior health management policy major.
My name is Charles Adler. I'm a senior nursing student here at UNH.
So Robert Richard Snipes emailed or texted me and said that there was a producer in LA that was looking to find UNH students who would be willing to participate in a video concerning social justice issues. And I said, oh, sure, yeah, not a problem. I would totally be into that. And then a few days later, a producer contacted me and we talked on the phone, I think twice after that. The first time was just to confirm that I was free, and then the second time was to confirm I knew what the video was about.
I got a Facebook message from Casey O'Day, who's a colleague of mine with the OMS office, and he asked me if I was interested in doing this video with Hulu and Funny or Die, and that if he could give my contact information to this producer.
So I am also part of a group called Improv Anonymous, which is an improv comedy troupe on campus, and I'm the producer, and so I'm the lead contact person for that group. And I was contacted by a producer named Isaac from California, and wanting us to participate in this Funny or Die video that he was shooting in Durham.
They told me that there would be an angry puppet asking me questions about social justice, election, the New Hampshire, the bias-free language guide that some UNH students and professors had written. He told me they would be asking me about that.
He told me there's a lot of like social justice education and some stuff on the election, and how like college students are feeling, like social justice educators and like people who are passionate about it are like feel about the current election, and like how like the hot ticket items for the upcoming election.
Well, I spoke with a couple people. The first producer told me that this would be a paid video, and then shortly after he said that it would be unpaid, but he still wanted us to come in and work with him. And the second producer I called on the phone, or he called me rather, and we talked, and he said that this is going to be a video, and using his words, this is going to be a video that will challenge us. And he said that it is going to be a video that kind of pushes the boundaries on social justice topics. He also told us that we would be on a panel and we will be asked questions by this puppet, and that the questions would, again, challenge us, but he wanted us to react honestly, that we would not be affiliated with the university. We are student leaders on campus, and I just put in this position where we would be in a bad light, or our university would be in a bad light.
It's different in the sense that we were sitting there for like 3-4 hours. I thought it was going to take maybe like 2. They were sort of just making fun of social justice issues, which I half expected, half didn't. I really thought it was going to be different than what it actually was. The puppet was actually Triumph, the comic insult dog.
They held us in like a waiting room all day, and then when we started filming, there's nothing really brought up about the election, and then the certain like social justice topics that they wanted to portray as their piece of satire, I think were kind of exaggerated and over the top, and didn't really hit home with like what we thought the project was going to be about.
I went into the day knowing that I could feel uncomfortable, and so that met my expectations and kind of exceeded it. I was incredibly uncomfortable during that day. The things that were brought up and the fact that we were representing ourselves as UNH students was bothersome to me, because that was contradictory of what he told me. We kind of just sat there and took the heat of these jokes that were very insensitive
found a lot of the jokes to be problematic, and I think the guy doing the puppet too thought they were not good when he saw our reactions to them, because he was like, you know, if you want to laugh, you can laugh, and nobody was laughing, and I think that was kind of made the whole situation more uncomfortable.
Like third party character come in and like having us like to describe him and be like, he's flamboyant, he was big, like he's black. Like I think that was kind of over the top. That wasn't really needed, and I think the actor who was portraying the dog, he would start kind of laughing at as he was saying the jokes, while like no one else was really laughing, and I think it wasn't appropriate or professional at all.
I think it was just problematic in general to have our university be just kind of pushed into this uncomfortable situation, and us as student leaders, we try to promote inclusion and positive language and inclusive language, and this was just the opposite of what we try to promote to our students, and especially our first year students.
Talking behind us that didn't agree with it, that definitely should have been heard.
We had to like defend our answer, and I think a lot of the defending wasn't really into the video.
I don't think any of it should have been in a video. I don't think the video should have been made at all, but
we were told not to react, to sit there, not laugh. That was from the producers, but the guy doing Triumph, he said that it was fine if we laughed or reacted.
We're told to kind of just like say what we want to say, and then like kind of express how we're going to express it, but like a lot of it was just like told to us in a manner that was just like, you can say what you want to say, blah blah blah, but at the end of the day it was their decision whether it was going to make the final cut or not.
I think we were just told to be natural and be ourselves as students, but I felt it was difficult because the producer wanted us to be in that video as an improv troupe, because we quote unquote know comedy, we know funny things, and so for him to say that meant that we thought that this material was funny.
I was not expecting it to be as popular as it was. I didn't really expect them to put it on YouTube. I thought it was just going to be on Hulu, and that would be that. And then when our bit came on YouTube, and then we were trending on Facebook, and like I watched YouTube videos, so I see a lot of negative comments, but that doesn't really affect me. But then when you're in it and you see those negative comments, it's like, oh wow, I can see how that would be really hurtful for people.
Me personally, when Barstool released an article about it, they targeted me specifically from the video and like wrote this whole little other blurb about me, but I didn't say anything in the videos.
I think when, you know, if you're in a video and your video goes viral, I think it should be a positive experience. You know, you should be proud of the work that you do, but in this case I felt like I needed to wear a mask, because people, you know, shortly after that video went out, people would multiple times people would come up to me and ask me, was that you in that video? Like, and I would, hall directors that I'm friends with would call me and not like interrogate me, but ask me why I was in this video and the purpose of me being in that video and what the intentions were. And it was just I think it was a negative experience for that to go viral on so many fronts on this campus. It's a very uncomfortable position to be in, knowing that we were, like, the intentions were twisted, you know, from what they told us in the beginning to what happened that day to what happened afterward. Things weren't all aligned correctly, and so I felt like I was put in a place where I had no control over what was done.
First reaction, pretty bad, and then ones that were mean about me were like, that girl looks like she's never smiled before in her entire life, or other comments about the other women on the panel were awful.
I'm embarrassed.
I think it's kind of disgusting. Specifically, there are websites that just completely, like, people are just so ignorant or so abrasive with their words, and it is kind of just the whole situation that is comedy, like that people find that funny, is just disgusting.
I would say that it was not ethical in what happened, not ethical in how they edited it, but they did warn us beforehand. They warned some of us, at least they warned me. I don't know if they warned anyone else, but they did warn me that there would be a very angry and rude puppet asking us questions and, like making fun of us. And
I don't know if I have an answer for that, but do I think it was fair? I don't think it was fair, and I don't think how we were treated were necessarily, like how we were led up to it. They kind of just like told us what we wanted to hear to have us do the project, and then when we did the project, you could tell that it wasn't what we thought was going to happen.
The fact that the University of New Hampshire was exploited without our permission, and the fact that we were lied to essentially about what was happening, on those grounds, I think yes.